Alrighty, welcome to Spoiler Alert, where me, rYOMA, and
Baylor
review movies. So today we're gonna review Hereditary, a movie that came out this summer, and let's just dive in.
So this is our first review. We're gonna get started with the synopsis and a little few details about the movie. Then we want to read the synopsis.
Sure. When the matriarch of the Graham family passes away, her daughter's family begins to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry. Excuse me.
Yeah, so that's like cult. This is a cult-based movie, directed and written by the same person. We didn't. Did she write any other movies that are
Let's
really notable?
find out. This is Ari Aster. It's a dude, actually.
And we do have an intern looking up all of our questions. We're not looking up them ourselves. That would be work of peasants.
He's directed 7 movies, including Hereditary. His first one is the strange thing about the Johnsons. They're all shorts, so they're not actually full-time movies. He looks like Dr. Zemlansky.
Just gives you a goatee and glasses.
Yeah, and the jacket, the attire really ties it together. All right, so Ari Aster.
So we haven't actually seen anything from this guy before. The guy who directed and wrote it.
Yeah, and wrote it. Yeah,
that's a 2-hour 10 movie.
Yeah, that's
2 hour 10 minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and actually for his first film, I guess a lot of people love it.
It's receiving a lot of high.
Yeah, IMDb
accolades.
is giving it an 8.1. A Common Sense Media gave it a 4 out of 5, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93%. It's really high.
93%.
Yeah, I mean, so like that's the general consensus, I suppose.
Wow.
And all right, so what was your first impression of the movie? Like before going in, like maybe after watching the trailer.
I think I first saw the trailer when we went to watch Infinity War.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought it looked really creepy, but I don't know. It looked like it was really slow. I think it turned out how I expected it to turn out, which was like really creepy.
Creepy, yeah.
But also long, so you're holding that.
Yeah. Like I went in going like, it's a scary movie, okay? But like I didn't know if it was going to be like a ghost story or like someone's crazy and they're trying to kill everyone story.
Yeah, they kept the trailer really ambiguous, which is
I thought like the daughter was gonna like go out and like murder spree kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like according to the trailer, like
yeah.
We really like.
That'd be pretty bizarre if that did happen.
Yeah. Well, like
I kind of expected that too, though.
Yeah, like she's a very interesting character, and also like I think they did a very good job casting her to do that.
How old is she?
In the film she was 13. The actress is Millie Shapiro. Okay.
Oh wow, she
was
she looks pretty normal though.
Yeah.
All right. That is a relief. I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then she's from Tampa, Florida. Wow. I'm not sure how.
Shout out Florida. We know this podcast is worldwide, but shout out Florida.
Yeah. Coming to you from Orlando.
Wait, how old was she during the movie? 13?
Yeah, 13.
Her character was 13.
Her character was 13. I'm trying to look up her age, and it's not happening.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, no, we're on Wikipedia. It's not on here.
Wow, someone needs to update this.
Yeah.
One of our listeners, get up there and update.
Yeah, please. Millie Shapiro. Yeah,
Wikipedia.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I thought she was.
Wait. Wasn't Wikipedia supposed to close down?
No, I don't think so. They were taking donations. They were started asking for it. But
so they got the donations. I guess. I'm glad. Let's get back to topic.
Yeah. Okay, so I really thought she was gonna start going out murdering everyone, but yeah. Okay, so after going in the movie, maybe halfway through, this is obviously a spoiler full podcast that we have here, but when I guess the midpoint to the story was when Charlie dies. She has her allergic reaction, and then her brother like tries to take her to the hospital, and then the whole accident thing happens. I really think that was like a big turning point because
that was perhaps the climax. No, that was the point. I would say yes. Never mind. Turning point is a good point for that because it just kind of started devolving from there.
Yeah, because like I realized like in the beginning it's just like super creepy. There's like no action happening. Like we see a ghost of the grandmother in like the mom's studio. We see
we don't get to see the grandma too much, which I was surprised.
I was like and like after a while I thought the grandma was gonna start like haunting them or something. So that scene was really creepy though when she turned off the lights and
that was creepy.
I
think films have done that before.
Yeah, but like
I don't know. It was well done.
Yeah, it was definitely
I think it's because in other movies it's like mostly shadow, but you could actually like
see like what she was wearing, like her like facial expression was kind of blank, but maybe kind of smiling at the same time.
She was so creepy.
Yeah. And so right about that point I was definitely lost. I didn't know where the story was gonna go. I was just
I felt that scene where she died. I was so.
And in the shock value, like we thought we were gonna get over that. We the brother goes home, and then like they he goes to bed, and then the mom finds her in the morning, like in the car or whatever. But like I didn't really think that they were gonna show the body again, which was like very naive of me to think. Like right after that, it cuts to the scene where like for like a full 5 or 6 seconds, like
and the mom just starts wailing. And I felt so much for the kid, like that, that could happen in real life.
Yeah, like that could have been me having like an allergic reaction.
That's a bad dream come true.
Yeah,
that
just
really
has to
hear his mom screaming.
Yeah, and then that was rough. And but yeah, after that turning point, everything just started making sense. Like like more like details of everything started coming about, like how the Joanne lady. Was like we thought it was just a random stranger, but like it was not.
And that lady was so manipulative too.
Yeah,
she played it so well.
Yeah, she was really good at it.
She seemed like the cat lady down the block.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like she's too much in my business, but in this case it's okay because like
she seems harmless.
Yeah, she's like very very nice lady. Invites you to your own home, blah blah blah. But and then so. By the end of the movie, I was just like, wow, I like this. It went like 0 to 100, like at a certain point where the mom like started freaking out after summoning Charlie. I guess I think was really just like the climax point, and then after that, everything was one huge mess. Like
you have this tension throughout the movie that's just building and building and building, and then as you said in that turning point, everything starts to just explode exponentially. And you do get the answers though.
Like I think a lot of things are answered. I think there were a couple plot points, but like that I might have missed that.
What did you think of the flying lady? The whole
dude,
audience
oh
laughed.
my god. Okay, so there was this scene, right? It was right when so Peter's in his bed, and then the mom. It's a scene after mom throws the book into the fire, right?
Yeah, and the dad combusts.
That made no sense to me. Like I don't understand why that happened. I don't know why the book correlated to the dad, because like earlier in the movie it was like mom catching on fire. So that was weird. Anyway, so right after that scene, you see Peter in bed, but then like you see a shadow of his mom. Like our friend Ming called it Spider-Man. Basically, like he was on the wall. She was
like hunched up in the corner.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
she
there's
like a little spider up there.
And then exactly. And then like we cut to his, like we see like the camera go up to Peter's face, and he gets up, and then behind Peter we see the mom like crawling through the air. She's like flying through the air, but she's like crawling.
Yeah.
And she's swimming through the air.
She went out of the room like a little cockroach.
Yeah, like
or a spider, I guess.
Yeah.
Continue the analogy.
It was the whole entire theater.
That I
erupted in laughter.
fear when that scene where she's like in the corner, like
Yeah.
you know that like you're like laying in bed at night and there's that dark corner. You're
Yeah,
like,
like,
what if
yeah.
something's in there? What if something? In that case, there was something.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, honestly, I really wish that like she like floated, like kind of like they do, like how like ghosts do, like where, like their bodies are like taut and they're just like.
I think it would have been even more creepy because it's like so planned out. Like she knew he wouldn't have turned around. She just floated straight out the room.
Exactly, like a ghost or Some,
yeah.
Oh, another creepy part about the story was when the mom like banged her head
that was so
that was
weird.
so creepy. So like Peter runs up to the attic to get away from his mother, and then like you hear this banging on the attic. I guess
the bang. You think it's her hand? It's not her hand.
It's on the top of the roof. She's
she's
grappling the ceiling and then smacking her head.
It's over and over.
Yeah. So So I guess, after the movie, I was just like dumbstruck. I was just like, wow, like I really didn't think this was a cult film. But this also explains the scene earlier in the film when Charlie's like, or maybe it was Peter. No, it was Charlie. She was outside in recess or something, and this random lady is like waving at her.
Yeah, wasn't that the grandmother? Was it supposed to be the grandmother?
I don't know if that was a grandmother. I thought that was like one of the members of the cult.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. And then like later on, Peter is yelled at by Joanne or whatever. She yells like, "Peter, you have to get out!" Blah blah blah. It sounds like a warning, but it actually sounds like that's. I think that meant more like, "Payman, get out." Oh, another thing that I noticed was I think the pigeon that she cut the head off of, it was like a foreshadowing to her head getting like, I guess, I don't know, bashed off. Lopped off. Okay, yeah.
That pole was the guillotine.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. Like, there's a scene where like, for like 5 seconds, we get a shot of this pole, right? And it's like another foreshadowing to like say that, like, oh, this is the pole that like she's gonna eventually die on.
Yeah.
But the thing was that there was the symbol that keeps popping up in the story is on that. So I think that this like whole thing was planned out. So like grandmother, she was like, so the mom was like, oh, when I had my son, my mom was like all over him and like, but I wanted to like make sure I take care of the son or whatever. And then so she gave her daughter to the grandmother to be taken care of, and that's why she, I think, turned out to be this way. But so the mom didn't want to have Peter, right? So like that, so the grandma said like she forced her to have a child, right? Yeah. So that must mean that like she needed like a male body to conjure Paimon into.
Yeah, they addressed that in the film.
Yeah, and then like she couldn't do that, right? So she had Charlie, and then Charlie was taken. I'm sure like they did some ritual now. So Charlie has Paimon inside her, but like they did address in the movie that Paimon needed a male body to be a part and come to this world, I suppose. And I did some research. And
you know what? How they tricked the mom into doing the ritual to conjure Charlie.
Yeah.
That might have been something that released Paimon.
Yeah, I think it's like they like brought back Charlie, right? But I think they brought back, like, they say Charlie, but they meant like Paimon was brought back along with Charlie because they were both in that same body.
Paimon and Charlie are one now?
Well, like, I think Charlie, like, not the tongue clicking Charlie, but like just like how she is like drawing pictures and stuff. I think that's her, but then like Paimon is like slowly like dirtying up her soul. I think that was like one of the reasons why she was like such a weird child. I mean, and then that was really weird. The whole like, I don't know, the usage of the auditorial like fear, like the tongue click. Like that just instilled fear into so many people.
Yeah,
and
I think that's like a psychological.
Yeah, and then the allergy thing, like how she was breathing, like like she wasn't breathing, like that was, I think, also another part of it. Like definitely, if I was in Peter's position, would not want to hear either one of those sounds.
That click is so...
Yeah. Dude, it's... Oh my god.
Sebastian.
Yeah, he kept doing it. But, like, I think he was actually just, like, biting on his fingernails, and, like, anytime he, like, went... It sounded like it. Because he was, like, a quiet theater or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so I did some research, found out that the symbol that gets brought up every time is a goetic seal of Paimon. Goetic is a word derived from goetia. It's kind of a weird word, but it's a practice that includes a conjuration of demons, specifically the ones meant by the biblical figure King Solomon. And there, as
wait, so is it a Christian? Demon?
I do believe so. And there's many different sources that cite the devil. I guess you can't really. There's not a lot of like, you know.
So,
like people don't want to talk about the devil, but there are certain classifications. Paimon is said to be one of the seven kings of hell, or Goetia, excuse me, or one of the 8 princes of hell from Book of Abramelin.
what religion is this?
In the study of demonology, many spirits are classified by office. So these are, I guess, spirits, and these were written in grimoires. Grimoires, wow, magical books of spells and stuff. That's crazy. And there are some excerpts, but one of them, if I'm gonna like quickly sum it up, it says that he is like the Paimon, a great king, much more obedient than Lucifer. He appears in a form of a man sitting upon a dromedary with a crown, and so the crown that we see at the end of the film, like
it's Paimon's crown.
Yeah, it's Paimon's crown. So it's like it really signifies that like, oh, Paimon has taken over, and then like that he does that.
Paimon is complete.
Yeah, he does that click at the end. So like to like really like, you know, the freaking, oh man. But another thing is that Paimon's element, if you will, is like gold. So
so those were some greedy motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they just wanted money.
Yeah,
at the end they said in the ritual they said or no, Joanne, she ended up saying to Charlie, like, make the people's knees bend to them as they bend to the Paimon.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And so, like, make sure, like, all humans, like, cower in, like, fear as we rule over Earth. And then Paimon is above all. So, that's really whack. That's kind of scary, though. Like, cults, like, you never know who's in a cult at that point.
Yeah, cults are weird. I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah. I mean, like, religions
they can believe something,
like,
so
yeah,
I don't know, far out.
But yeah, that just really makes you think, because I really didn't think this was a cult movie. I really did not think it was a cult movie.
No, you don't get the impression. Do you? Does it say? I don't remember in the trailer thinking about cult.
No, I don't think they mentioned
did
any
they
of that.
Did they mention it? Yeah, I don't think they did.
I think maybe like the sign, like the picture of it shows up, the sigil.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did want to mention was that the mom sleepwalked. She said, right, and I feel like some of that was due to like the religion or the cult, like taking control of her and then like doing things that she like, you know, she didn't want to do. Like, you know how like she says she's going to the movies, and we assume because like the next cut is her going to the meeting that we assume that she's going to that place, right? Mm-hmm. But like that's kind of like that could have been left, you know, unanswered, because like the dad really thinks that it was her that dug up the body and desecrated like the graves and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it turns out like the bodies do turn up, so it might have been her like sleepwalking, but it's actually like her being taking control, right?
Yeah.
But then like I think there was like I think there was a subconscious part of her whenever she like soaked everybody in the paint thinner and tried to kill everyone. That I feel like that was like the subconscious part of her saying like, no, like you're releasing like the devil, like the king, like
How she woke up.
yeah, but like she woke up and she's like, oh, like she's back to her mental, right? But she doesn't know like her, they're in imminent danger.
What though? What if she did go through with that?
Yeah,
that would not be
like,
a good thing.
No,
because Paimon would have stopped them. Like Paimon couldn't manifest himself in the boy if he was dead.
Yeah, exactly. So like then that would have been, I guess, happy ending for the world, right?
Yeah, but what led her to do that? That couldn't
yeah,
have
exactly.
been Paimon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that might have been like a subconscious like action that she took. That's why I'm so confused.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
She probably did that of her own accord.
Yeah, but like, they discuss about how like, oh, like she like I didn't mean to do it and blah blah blah. But like I feel like maybe she did mean to.
Or it was a 200 IQ play by Paimon, and he just let it happen, and so the kid started distrust between the kid and the woman.
Wow, that is a 200 IQ play by Paimon.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, after...
with all of like the how it was all planned, I could believe it.
Yeah, like honestly, like with the whole poll thing, I think I really think that's like a huge thing with the poll, but having the story all comes together, like the puzzle, like there may be a like
it's like prophecy.
Yeah, exactly. It like follows this like and you can like
path perfect.
You could probably watch it for the second time, and then you could see all these actions happening, and you could be like, oh, I see what happened here. Yeah. Because actually one like if I have to say one disappointing thing about this movie is that it started out with like an obituary, and I had to read it.
Yeah, I remember you saying, "Oh no,"
like,
and I was like, "What are you?"
Yeah,
talking
I was in the
I looked up,
theater.
and then I was trying to read it fast too. I did end up reading it, but it wasn't very interesting.
Yeah, it was just like I was just I
felt kind of how I feel in Star Wars. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like this isn't even good because it's not like a summary of like a war. It's just like this lady, like mother of two, died, after
and she was a cult leader.
She was a cult leader. So
ooh,
honestly, like maybe it's a good thing she died.
She probably planned on dying, dude.
Yeah, honestly, that might be a thing.
You know what? I want to address that. The who was the actress that played the mother character? And what is the mother character's name? I feel like I should know this information.
Intern, please look that information up.
Yeah. God, get on it, Phil. Jesus. Wow. You can't just sit on your phone the whole time.
Oh, right. Her name is Annie.
Annie.
Yeah, and she's played by Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. Yeah. If Toni Collette, she did an excellent job playing this movie.
Yeah.
I think
except for that like her shock face was like kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. I think it's realistic though.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was a real. I don't want to.
Who was that? Sebastian thought like the Peter's crying was really like whiny. Like I thought that felt kind of real, like
Yeah, I did too. Oh, when he was in class and he was screaming. No, but I want to say Annie, if she, what was the? I'm sorry.
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. If she did not play Annie as well as she did, this movie would not have been as good.
Yeah,
it
honestly,
relied so much on her acting.
Yeah, like I really thought like the main character, like to begin with, the main character I thought was gonna be like the daughter being like the villain, right? But it turns out it's Annie. But then it turns out it's Peter, who's like in the center of all this. He's like, he's the master like piece that like everything revolves around. And I really think that that twist was very well played out.
So alright, so we went to it, and I want to go back to it. Peter in class, he was like screaming out. Yeah. When he like slammed his head against the desk, he just started screaming. I felt those
the weird pose he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, and when he looked like to like a glass reflection of himself.
Yeah, and
he saw it smiling. Yeah, that was really creepy too. That was like, oh yeah, Paimon's like, oh yeah, I'm inside.
You just know, you get the. You come to fully understand that he has to be completely broken for Paimon to go
yeah exactly yeah. So that moment when he jumped out this window, I think that's when Peter died.
And he
And
was going to
paying
class after everything he witnessed. You could see the
Yeah.
bags under his eyes. I've been to class. In school, I've been I've
Dude,
been there,
if that happened
about
to me,
fall
I will
asleep.
not go.
He was on a next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you here at school?
Yeah, what? Like, your little sister died. Like, you know. Wow.
Yeah, I would not show up.
Yeah, no. All right. So on that note, what are your final last words?
My last words were, So it's a 2 out of 10 movie. My only gripe is how long it is, but you could argue that it was the length was justified in order to get every feeling that they wanted the viewer to feel across.
Like The Hateful Eight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great movie.
3 hours long.
Dude,
Maybe we should review that sometime. That's a lot of content to go through. But.
yeah, that is a lot of content. But I could see how people would like it. It just, I felt stressed for so long.
Yeah, you're just like in the dark.
Yeah, it's an emotional.
Yeah,
it's like a drop on a roller coaster. But
yeah,
just
you can't expect anything.
drop.
Yeah. So my final thoughts on this movie would be definitely I'm glad I walked in not expecting to be scared because there was many moments where I was like, oh man, that is that took me off by got me by surprise. Yeah. So it's a good, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah, solid horror film, very
solid. Yeah, but no expectations.
No expectations.
I feel like once this movie is ruined for you, it'll be ruined forever. So.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I might watch it again in a year.
Yeah, I think I will just to
But
see how it goes.
Do we have to give it a rating?
Yeah, give it get out of 100. We had this conversation before.
Yes. Okay. Out of 100, as a horror movie or as an overall?
This is an overall rating. Overall rating.
Ooh.
Baylor's points.
I'm gonna give it 78.
78. Okay.
A horror film can't. I feel like a horror film can't be a 10 though for me.
Okay, so 78.
Yeah.
So
I thought Split was better than that movie. So
really?
I think Split is a 10 movie.
10 out of 10. So 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's but I don't know. If
100 spoiler points. 100 spoiler points.
Yes.
So
you just got my review on Split if you're listening to this.
Yeah, so 78 points, 78 spoiler points from Baylor to this movie. And then that's
really strong though for a horror movie.
Oh yeah, I don't watch horror movies, so I really don't know how I feel about how my scale is gonna go about this, but I give it an 84. 84 points.
All right.
It was a good film. I was the plot was enticing. I was always paying attention. I checked the Snapchat a couple times, but that was because it was from a friend that was in Georgia. Haven't seen him in a while, Yeah. But yeah, so that brings the total up to 162 spoiler points for this movie. So that's our rating.
Out of 200. Of course.
Out of 200, yes, 160. 60. What was it? 66. What's 78?
78 and 84.
162. 160
Yeah.
2 points.
Math.
All right. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys come back. Please remember to like and subscribe. Hit the bell note, right, Baylor?
Smash that MF like button, okay?
Yeah.
Just smash it.
All right.